Blog Talk Radio.
Thank you for being here. I do have a question for you. This is Let's Talk.
This is the spot. I like it a lot. Stressing I'm not. A lady is hot. I'm bringing it down. I wiggle around. I'm touching the ground to the beat that I found. Haciendo. Haciendo. Pajaha. Sí. Pajaha. Nigarendo. 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 Nigarendo.
Greetings, everyone. Happy Sunday to all. Thank you for being here. My call-in number is 1-347-857-4296. Please press the number 1 if you'd like to make a comment or if you have a question. In chat, we have Blessed Angel, Kahea 218, and Sister Latifa. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate that. Today's show, we're going to, and by the way, on the phone, we have Khalifa Silver Fox. She has a show on Blog Talk Radio, /Khalifa, and her show is on Saturdays and Sundays at 12 noon Eastern Time. Please check her out. Appreciate you being on the phone, Khalifa, and all the support that you provide. Thank you so much. I got an email today, and I'd like to spread the word. If everyone out there in the listening sound of my voice, we're requesting that everyone say a prayer for the President of the United States, President Barack Obama, and his family. So please let us all be in harmony with that and send our prayers out. Thank you so much. Last week we had a discussion about the movie that Tyler Perry made from the book, the poetry book for colored girls. And it was a wonderful discussion. I really enjoyed it, and all the comments that was put forth was well appreciated. And my mentor, Ms. India DeClaire, thought it was a good idea for us to continue the discussion, and I thought it was as well. And I've been listening to the archives, and when you sit and listen, you pick up on some extra things that maybe you didn't when the show was going on. And she had some very important things to say, and one I thought about was how did we get here? And she said that about 3 times, and that kind of opened my eyes up and said, you know what, today we'll talk about how did we get here, and what it has to do with how we're treating each other as individuals, man and woman, and our family as well. And the reason that she gave is that not wanting to deal with it. So we have different problems and situations in our life that comes up, and we have a tendency not to want to face reality. So I thought it would be a good thing for us to do today to discuss how we can go about facing and dealing with our issues that we have. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. And any participation, please call 1-347-857-4296. And we have a caller from the 559 area code. Thank you so much for being here. Khalifa, Are you able to join me in this discussion?
Inshallah, certainly.
Okay. If you have any ideas, just chime in, and hopefully everyone will be able to take something away from here. Also, I wanted to mention my co-host, Mr. YJ, was on with us last week. He's not able to be here this week, but I wanted to take this opportunity to let him know that he's very much appreciated, and he said he's a quiet gentleman, but he had an opportunity to see the movie, and he made a few comments that I thought was very important. I got kind of carried away in conversation, so sometimes I didn't really give him the opportunity to elaborate more than I should have, so I apologize for that. And I'm basically devoting some of this time to him as well. One of the comments that he made that I thought was very interesting is that he said a lot of men, we don't realize how valuable the woman is. And he said, he went on to say that I am one of those men that are guilty of that. And I thought that was very powerful for him to make that statement, because a lot of times men and women, but in most cases, men are afraid to own up to, things that they're not doing in a relationship. So I thought that was very powerful of him to make that statement, and I thank him for stepping up to the plate and commenting in that way. So, YJ, thank you so much for setting the example, as Ms. Indy DeClaire mentioned on our last call. Khalifa, did you want to add something to that?
No.
Okay. Now, if anyone has a comment, if we have any gentlemen on the call, and you would like to elaborate on how we can go about helping our men to be more responsible and taking responsibility for the wrong that they are doing to the women, and vice versa, the women taking responsibility as to how they can correct the wrong that they are doing to the men. Please feel free to call 1-347-857-4296 and press the number 1, and you'll be able to say how you feel. Okay?
Islam.
Pardon me?
This is Silver Fox. I did have something that I thought I might mention, and we talked about this a couple of days ago. And I don't know if any of the listeners have thought about this, but I don't know if you know that we, as a people, we have post-traumatic stress in our DNA, not only from the trauma that the earth went through when it separated from itself and created the Atlantic Ocean, and many people were lost in the deluge. But when the Europeans decided to come over under the doctrine of discovery in the 1400s, right after they defeated the Moors in at Alexandria, let me see, at the, I'm not thinking of the name of the palace where the last battle went, and Ferdinand and Isabella took over. They had a plan to come over and divide and conquer here. And what they did is the dark olive complexion people, the black people in this continent, who were indigenous, aboriginal indigenous people, were put in servitude or in slavery so that these people could take their lands. And it was recorded in history that that they were all brought over from Africa, which is not true. So while, though, experiencing this fact that the land was no longer in our hands and we were no longer trustees of the land, the men also, many of them had to watch while the women were taken away. And they may not have understood what the woman was going through, but I believe a lot of the wedge that's been driven between us is from the memory in our DNA of that trauma. And so if we are willing to go back and take a look at that, and then from every generation forward, there's been some things that have been repeated and repeated time and time again, and we just happen to be the ones that can fix that. But we have to first realize that it went on and that there is a work for us to do to heal it. With that, I say peace.
Thank you, Sister Khalifa. Appreciate that. I'd like to welcome Ms. Callywood in chat from Blog Talk Radio, Callywood, /Callywood. And her show is aired Fridays and Saturdays. Fridays at 12 midnight Eastern Time and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So please join her show. Thank you so much for being here, Ms. Callywood. We have Mr. Jay Early. His show is right after mine at 7 p.m. Eastern on Blog Talk Radio. And Mr. Perry Steele, who is on vacation at the present time. But once he's back, his show will be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So thank you all so much for being here. And on the phone, we have Ms. Kahea Khalifa and someone from the area code 559. So thank you so much for being here. I have a caller. I'm going to welcome you now from the area code 646. Welcome to Let's Talk. What is your comment? Or
Hi.